Hello and welcome everyone on the Surfcenter YouTube channel. My name is Nico Prien and I'm a JP Australia team rider, and that's why today I'm standing here with a JP Australia board, which is the latest board in the range. It's called the Magic Move and it's a new addition to the range. It doesn't substitute any of the existing boards, and it's quite a special board. It's something where JP claims it hasn't existed before. They've sent it to me a few weeks ago for me to test it and try it out. Perhaps you have seen it on my YouTube channel, how I've tested it. And now I'm here to talk a little bit about the board, give you a little bit deeper of an insight and a review. And not only I have tested it, also some of the guys in our shop have tested it, because of course I'm sponsored by JP. So you might think I'm a bit biased, which of course I try not to be, but we also wanted to give the board to someone else to get some more feedback on it, and that's what you're going to see now.
Nice, big in the front, a lot of floatability, like it.
Good.
Yeah.
400 liter board?
Yeah, it's crazy.
It is, huh?
I'm 110 kilos, so
Yeah.
and it's about 15 knots max.
15?
Yeah, something like that.
Oh.
15, 16, 17, maybe.
It's more, yeah.
Lovely.
So that was Reinder from Surfcenter. Seems like he enjoyed the board as much as I did back in Denmark, which is what you're seeing on screen now. I did ride it in quite some waves, but that's not normally what the board is made for, those big kind of waves. It was made in cooperation with surf centers all around the world for basically windy conditions. And when it gets windy, it does also get choppy and difficult. And that's where people start to struggle with the jibe. And this is where this board comes in, because it's supposed to make the jibe super easy and smooth and get you planing through the jibe super easily without a lot of effort. Also get you over the chop, planing easily and yeah, ride with very little effort. And that's what I felt on the water also. I really enjoyed how it went through the waves. It forgives you a lot. It doesn't throw you off when you cross a wave. It keeps its direction. And that's of course very helpful. I found it super easy to plane. It has 100 liters. However, it does feel like a board that is way bigger, like maybe 120 liters. That's what it feels on the water. And that gives you a lot of confidence. You can step into the foot straps super early. Like, you don't have to have a lot of power in the sail, and you don't have to go very fast. You can already be in the foot straps. In terms of, let's say, configuration for this board, we're looking at a single fin, which is a power box. It comes with a 32 centimeter G10 fin. And when we look at the shape, we have only a very slight tail kick, so it's relatively flat, which makes it of course fast and easy to plane. And then when you go more towards the front, you have a double concave, which increases, which makes it go super smooth over the chop. You're having increased V towards the front, so that obviously makes it easier in the jibe. It doesn't dig in and eat the water so easily, so you're not gonna nosedive. And then what's also interesting is when we look at the rails towards the front, they're quite boxy. So the apex is a little bit further outside, and that makes it so when you go through the jibe, it kind of keeps the board floating when you dig in the rail. It doesn't dig in so deep, and that makes it forgiving in the jibe. Yet, when you look at the tail, at the rail, you see that it's quite sharp here, and therefore you can actually crank quite some nice jibes, like a really good spray. You can make a sporty jibe, but at the same time it's super forgiving. Looking at the outline in the tail specifically, you can see that it's much wider than, say, a free wave board, which doesn't help for, let's say, wave riding, but that's not what it's made for anyways. So basically you're looking at a lot of the good characteristics you get from a free wave board, but with the comfort of a free ride board in a way. And in terms of foot straps, you also have different options. Of course, you have the 3-foot strap setup with the back strap in the middle, or the 4-foot strap setup So you can play around with these configurations. Obviously I tested it both ways, preferred with the 2-foot straps just because it becomes a bit more racy. Has a very flat deck, so it's not as round as say a wave or freestyle waveboard, which again makes it super comfortable and gives you a lot of confidence when you sail in tricky conditions, and a lot of wind and in chop. So to wrap it up, really a good board for windy places, when it gets windy on your lake, when you're somewhere open ocean. Really makes sailing in a lot of wind very easy. Really had a good time on it, enjoyed it a lot. Going through in Denmark through the current between the waves, it just keeps the pressure on the foot, you don't struggle so much. And overall, I think the Ben Agnigla, the shaper from JP, did a very good job with this board. I think a lot of people, a lot of you guys will benefit from this shape, making it easier for you in difficult conditions with a lot of wind in the jibes, especially if you're not someone or especially if you're someone who likes the freestyle waveboard but doesn't really go wave riding. That's what it's for. Of course, you can get it here at Surfcenter. Send us a message via WhatsApp, via email, give us a phone call. We'll get you all the information about the board. Super excited about this new board. Thanks for tuning in here on the Surfcenter channel. Be sure to subscribe for further videos about all kind of gear. And I would say I see you guys in one of the next videos.